Welcome to video 2 of Study Club 2. Okay, so we finished with this knot chat, and now this is video 2. Okay, so in the second video, we're going to finish these off and then move to the back. So let's take a look. It says, consider the figure of the overlapping triangles. If it is given the angle T is congruent to angle P, okay, so necklace, necklace, and YD is congruent to FD. So YD is congruent to FD, okay? Then, so this is a little bit of angle evidence, and this is some side evidence. And so this is usually almost enough. We need one more piece of evidence. What additional piece from the figure would be used? So I don't really need an additional piece, but what additional piece from the figure should we find in order to prove that the top triangle, YDT, is congruent to the bottom one, FDP, triangle FDP. Okay. So very interesting. It looks like we have a situation of vertical angles. So I'm noticing that angle YDT, this top angle, would have to be congruent to, and I guess I should put 2 necklaces on there because it is definitely a lot different measurement than this one. And then this angle would be congruent, FDP, angle FDP. These two would be congruent because of vertical angles. So in fact, this evidence would spell angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side. So this is definitely what they're looking for here. Awesome. Now, if there's too much going on or the picture's too small, go ahead and copy the question up on top or ask me in class about this question. Okay, so now question 48. Similar to 47, it says point M, T, and D were in a line collinear. M, T, D. So M and then T and then D. And M is located at -3, -5. And T is located at 1, -3. And D is located at 9 and 1. So that's interesting. Normally we have to find the coordinate that's in the middle. We just saw this question, finding the coordinate on the end. Now, it's interesting, they're actually asking for this ratio. I'm not sure we've had a question like this. So we definitely need graph paper. So going back to our piece of graph paper that we printed off the internet or just a scrap we got out of our notebook, that's fine too. In order to graph, I need to make sure, well, so that I need to graph x values from -3 to 9. So this should be fine for my y-axis because I want to be able to go -3 and then all the way over to 9. And then in the y, I need -5, -3, and 1. Okay, so the most I have to go up is 1. So this would probably be okay. Okay, so here we go. There's my x and y axis. All right, make sure that's really, really obvious. And now let's graph each of these points. Make sure you label them too. So -3, -5 is M. -3, -5. Okay. T, 1, -3. (1,) And then D is 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1. D is in dog. 9, 1. Okay. So hopefully, oops, something weird happened because they didn't end up on a straight line. So let me just make sure I wrote these down. -3, -5. -3, -5. Oops, I went -6. So sorry about that. Okay, it's really easy to make a mistake, but it's also easy to fix. All right, now we definitely have a straight line here. Okay, and I'm noticing a little bit of a pattern. It goes up 1 over 2, 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 up 1 over 2. Wow, that slope has a slope of 1/2. Rise 1, run 2. Okay, so I've already cut it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 equal pieces. So I've got to come up with a ratio. So it looks like I went 2 equal and then 4 equal. And so some people in the study club were like, oh, that's interesting. A ratio of 2 to 4, or if you saw that as a fraction, you'd probably reduce it to 1/2. So you could have, if it was me writing the test, I would take this as a correct answer, but you might also notice if you jumped the whole section, that'd be 1 to 2. So it's probably a little bit more accurate to say the ratio is 1 to 2. Again, you can make a right triangle and you can notice that this would make sense. It looks like you went 6. So this went up 1, 2, 3. If you hop by 2s and see how you have the ratio 1 to 2. That lines up with point T. Here as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can cut 12 into 3 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go 1, with 2 left to go. Again, you could go 1 with 2 left to go. And notice that lines up with point T. So our answer here is the ratio is 1 to 2. So what is the ratio? The ratio is 1 to 2. But again, make sure you attach this paper. All right, let's keep going. What's going on the back? So continuing with this whole coordinate cutting stuff up business, partitioning of lines, let's keep practicing. It has point A and point B. Suppose R on the coordinate plane is collinear, meaning in the same line, and the ratio is 1/3. So that means that this thing is cut in 3 equal pieces. Ooh, wait, no, 1 to 3 would be 4 equal pieces, okay? So this thing needs to be cut into 4 equal pieces, and you go 1 with 3 left to go. You go 1 with 3 left to go. Now on this little piece of paper, like on your midterm, it's gonna be hard to see this coordinate. I'm just not sure. So you're probably gonna need a piece of graph paper to finish out the problem. So it looks like point A is at -3, 2. And it looks like point B is at 2, 4. Okay, so using a piece of graph paper, they want me to make this a ratio of 1 to 3. So that means I have to cut everything in 4 equal pieces. So it seemed like, just on my quick sketch, that it wasn't easily divisible by 4. So first I notice here, I have a section that's 2, And when I cut 2 and 4, I get 1/2. So that would mean each of my bunny hops would have to be 1/2, 1/2, 1/2, 1/2. And now I have 4 equal bunny hops. Okay, so I'm gonna go on a journey from A to B, and I need to go 1/2. So right now I actually know the y coordinate that I'm going to have is going to have to line up right here. All right, so I'm already up 2 in the y, and I want to go 1 more half to go. So that's 2 1/2. You could also think of this, you know, if it's multiple choice, you might also see the choice as 5 halves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With 3 to go. 1, 2, 3 to go. Okay. Now, the challenge with this problem, again, is this is the number 5. So it's kind of hard to cut 5 into 4 equal pieces. It's like if I had 5 candy bars and 4 kids. Each kid gets a little bit more than 1 candy bar. So 5/4 is the same as 1 or 4/4 plus another 1/4. So as I go through here, I got to go 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4. Now this is cut into 4 equal pieces because I have to cut into 4 equal pieces. So if I go 1 and then 3 equal pieces, notice this is my location on the graph. So that would be here, I'm already at x -3, and I need to go check out the next video to get the rest of this answer.